how to change English sentences into passive voice from active voice. Normally, we change sentences with objects into passive from active. Here are the basic rules. First of all, the object of the sentence replaces the subject wherever the subject is. So, pronoun objects like me, us, him, her, them, etc. become I, we, he, she, they, etc. respectively and take the subject's position in the sentence. For example, in the sentence, they wrote her. Her is the object and it becomes she in passive voice, as in she was written by them. Changing the objects into subjects is not a big deal for us. What is important to learn and remember is how to change the verb into passive from active. Well, in this regard, auxiliaries do not change time or tense in passive voice and are only changed according to the number. For example, if it is singular but with a plural object in active, the auxiliary verb has to be changed to be appropriate for the plural subject in passive. Look at the example. He is eating up the apples. The apples are being eaten up by him. The auxiliary verb is in active changed into are because the object, the apples, is plural unlike he. Now, the question is how to deal with the main verb of the sentence in active voice. Remember that there are 5 different forms of a main verb. In passive, they all change into past participle. But before writing the past participle form of the given verb, we write the be verb in the form of the given verb to make passive. Look at the following examples. 1. They eat lunch early becomes lunch is eaten early by them. 2. He eats lunch early also becomes lunch is eaten early by him. The main verbs in 1 and 2 are in present tense in active. So, we use the present tense of be verb, is, am, are, before writing the past participle eaten for eat, eats. Now, example number 3. He is eating lunch becomes lunch is being eaten by him because eating is in ing form and the ing form of verb V is being. So, for eating we write being eaten in passive. 4. He has eaten lunch becomes lunch has been eaten by him because eaten in active voice is in past participle form or en form. We write been eaten in passive as the past participle of be is been. 5. He will eat lunch becomes lunch will be eaten by him because eat in active voice is an infinitive used after modal verbs and to, and the infinitive of be is be. Therefore, eat here has become be eaten. 6. He ate his lunch becomes his lunch was eaten by him because ate is the simple past form or V2 and the V2 of be are was were. 7. Eat lunch becomes let lunch be eaten because eat in this imperative sentence is infinitive or base form of the verb and we write be eaten for it in passive. But for imperative sentences, we also start with let in passive to show that it is an imperative sentence. 8. Let's eat lunch becomes let lunch be eaten, because in sentences starting with let's, we replace let's with let and change eat into be eaten. One more basic rule is that adverbs of manner such as quickly, sadly, etc. are placed before the past participle or third form verb in passive. For example, he ate lunch quickly has to be written lunch was quickly eaten by him.